If you're getting lower back pain, bruised forearms, blisters or calluses, or the bell banging down on your forearm during the kettlebell clean, none of that is bad luck, and none of it means you need to go lighter, buy gloves or forearm protection. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where in the movement each one comes from and how to correct it. First, here's a variation of the kettlebell clean at full speed. Now let's go inside that half second. We'll go through the setup, the hikeback, the clean itself, which is the up phase, racking, and the drop into the backswing. Before we start, a quick tour of the kettlebell, because I'll be referencing some of these names throughout. This is the handle where you grip the kettlebell. That curves into the corners. So we got one corner here, one corner there. Then we have a horn and a horn. This open space is the window. The round bit, the iron, is the bell. And it stands on the base. So base, bell, window, horn, horn, corner, corner, handle. One more thing before we begin. What I'm teaching here is called a hip hinge swing clean. It's a clean variation for power. There are many different variations of the clean, and some of them have different goals. So what I'm showing here today is not the only way, it's just the version that we're working on today. The setup. How you start your first swing is just as important how you end your last swing. Stand not too close to your kettlebell and not too far. Too close and you can't hike the kettlebell back. So from here, you can't hike it back. You need to be able to pull the weight back. Stand too far and you will overreach. Forcing too much of a hip hinge and loading the lower back. Hook grip the handle in the middle. Make a hook of your 4 fingers and lay the handle in it. Why the middle? This is a power pull. And a centered grip keeps the weight balanced so you're not fighting it. Now remove the slack. Brace, lean back slightly. This is what creates tension between you and the kettlebell. Tension, no tension, no tension. The key takeaways for the setup: distance, a centered hook grip, and removing the slack. You start with tension between you and the bell. The hikeback. I've replaced the kettlebell with a lighter kettlebell so that I can do this in slow motion. Hike back forcefully. Breathe in deeply through the nose. Once the weight is under your shoulder and past your legs, switch from pulling to pushing in the weight. So it looks like this. Pull, push. Connect with the forearm and your torso. Don't leave any space here. The key takeaways: hike back forcefully, breathe in, and once the weight passes the shoulder, the pull becomes a push through the legs, ending with the arm connected to the body. Pull out using the legs, generating a force so fast and explosive that the weight enters its ballistic flight. A guided flight. More on that at the end. Breathe out forcefully during the pull out. It's short, so the exhale is short. Redirect the weight by pulling the elbow back. This changes the direction from out to up. Without the redirect, the bell keeps traveling out, where the pull out sends it. Rotate the forearm so the thumb turns up, from pronation into neutral. The handle turns vertical. And that's what lets you punch up into the window and catch the kettlebell. Transition your grip from the hook into a loose grip. Let go and punch the hand from the middle into the corner. A short punch, Never slide while gripping. That's friction, that's blisters and calluses you didn't ask for. That's your blister problem solved. Catch the weight. The punch is the catch. You meet the bell instead of letting it crash into you. This is your bruising and your banging. It happens when the bell goes too high and lands on you. Come too far out and it comes back into you. Or flips over your fist without you going to meet it. The key takeaways. One explosive pull-out is the only power event in the whole clean. Everything after, the redirect, the rotation, the grip change, the punch, is guiding the bell. And the punch is the catch. This movement here, with the elbow back and coming in, is also referred to as zipping up your jacket. Racking. Bring the bell into the rack. A small movement, but a deliberate one. The rack is where the elbow is fully flexed and the weight is as close to you as possible. Land in the rack. This is where the movement ends. It's okay to breathe again if you pause here. And while you're drilling, you should pause every rep. No pausing needed later when you're working out, but always a good rack, whether working out or drilling. So check your racking. Elbow pulled down gently. Upper traps relaxed. Weight resting on and distributed through the heel of your palm, your forearm and your biceps. If you're resting, pull the arm into your body so the weight rests on your body, not your muscles. If you're transitioning to the next rep, that's not needed, but the elbow should never flare out. The key takeaways. Bring the bell in and land. Pause, breathe and check. Elbow down, traps relaxed, weight resting on and distributed through the heel of the palm, forearm and biceps. Always a good rack. Drop into backswing. I'll do this one without weight. Initiate the drop by rotating the forearm. In the rack, your thumb points towards your mouth. Turn it to point outward and the bell is no longer supported. It starts to fall. Since the objective is to keep the bell close, the elbow can be pulled back a little to keep the weight closer, but not down. You need to get an arc going. But it's a release, not a throw. The bell can only go as far as your arm reaches. Then it has to come back to you. Rotate the forearm into pronation. The thumb turns inward across your body. So the handle is horizontal again, back to how it's sat in your hook grip at the start. Stay in extension, standing tall, until the weight enters the backswing. Drop, backswing, and is close to the body. Don't hinge early. This is early. This is the one that saves your lower back, especially on many reps and heavier weight. Hip hinge and push the weight to the back. Breathe in during the drop. At the end of the backswing, the bell and the arm form one straight line. The bell is an extension of the arm and with the arm connecting to the body. This is not connected, this is connected. And repeat the clean from the pull-out phase. The key takeaways. Rotating the forearm is what starts the drop. The bell falls away from you, released, not thrown. But only as far as your arm reaches, because you stay tall. It has to come back, and when it's close, you hinge and push it between the legs, ending exactly where the Hikeback ended. Closing. Earlier I said the weight enters a guided ballistic flight. Here's what that means. Exercises like the swing, clean and snatch are called ballistic exercises because you give the bell speed, the pull, and momentum carries it the rest of the way. That's the difference with a grind, where the weight is under continuous muscular control from start to finish. Though a truly ballistic object is in free flight with only gravity acting on it, In the clean, the flight is guided. The same as in the snatch, same as in the swing. You redirect the weight, rotate the forearm, transition the grip, and catch it. Ballistic by classification, guided in execution. Being ballistic says nothing about how much force you put in. A sport style clean is just as ballistic as this one, but it's built on economy. Give the bell just enough speed and let momentum do the rest. This is where I said in the beginning, there are many different variations. The version taught here is a clean for power. You drive with maximum explosive force. The power phase is short. And the intent is to move the weight as fast as possible. The power phase is the pull out. The only power event in the whole clean. Same classification, different purpose. If all of this was useful, there's a lot more where it came from. I've been coaching kettlebells for over 2 decades and written more than 20 books on them. Everything we do, certifications, courses, books, workouts, it's all on cavemantraining.com. And if you want to be around other people who take this stuff as seriously as you do, come to Kettlebell Monster. It's the one and only social network for kettlebell enthusiasts. Think Facebook, but only kettlebells. And if you're a trainer, it's the Amazon marketplace for what you sell. I'm also on Reddit in the kettlebell_training community. Ask me there or in the comments here, or see you on Kettlebell Monster under Connect.